This is The Extra Point, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast, sponsored by your Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, we're on the Extra Point podcast, and I've got a very special guest with me, Gino Crump, former Desert Vista coach who won a state championship with the Thunder. Gino, first off, you're in the Bahamas right now. Tell me a little bit about why you're out there.
I've been doing a basketball camp here for probably about 8 or 9 years now. And I come back and give back to this small island here in the Bahamas called Harbor Island. And, we just do this annually every year in June, in the month of June. We come back and just give back to the kids here.
You got a minute to just kind of show us the screen of kind of the scenery behind where you're at and kind of what this camp's looking like?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let me walk over here. I walked away. So I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
I think it's maybe like the camera's a little blurry while you're moving, but there's a lot of green, that's for sure.
There are a lot of kids out there. I don't know if you could see it.
Is it kids of all ages, pretty much? I think that, yeah.
The oldest kids are around 17, 18 years old. But
Okay.
we have them all ages and all genders.
Cool.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to kind of head back to where you were sitting before, maybe so we can see you. But yeah, so obviously the reason why I wanted to talk to you today in large part was because obviously some big news in the NBA draft world, the second round of the NBA draft happening right now, and it hasn't been made official yet by the Suns because I think that's still a trade that has to be officially cleared by the NBA, but it looks like the Suns are going to be drafting the hometown kid, Oso Ighodaro, at number 40. Obviously, you coached him. When you heard this news, what was going through your head?
I couldn't have been more excited. I think he should have been a first rounder. I talked to a lot of probably half the teams in the NBA that called and asked about his character and, all the things that they inquire about. And, I was pretty excited because I did a little deep dive with all of them, and they were all very interested. But, thank God the Suns pulled the trigger when they did. But I thought he would have gone a little higher.
When those NBA teams reached out to you, what did you tell them about Oso?
I just told them, he was one of the best players I've ever coached, and I told him that I've coached a lot of kids, and he was one of the best on and off the court. He's probably one of the smartest young men on and off the court I've ever coached. His basketball IQ is second to none, and I've had some tremendous players, and he is just as good as they get. I think he's going to be a steal for whoever gets him. Well, for the Suns.
Sure. And I'm sure you followed kind of his career in college after he was done at Desert Vista. Obviously at Marquette, he put up some big numbers too. How would you say his game has kind of grown and continued to develop just from high school to where he's at now?
Well, he always played at a high level. He had 1 year when he struggled because of an injury as a sophomore. But other than that, Oso always played, and he was my team captain. So he was the anchor that helped us win. And I think, and I told every team that I talked to, if you're lucky enough to get him, you're gonna really get a big time player that wants to win basketball games. I'll help you win.
How many teams do you feel like reached out and all? Like was it double digits? You feel like?
Oh, absolutely, close to half.
Okay. Did the Suns reach out to you?
Did not. Ironically, it's funny. The team that got him didn't reach out, but I talked to just about all of them. There's a lot of them I spoke to.
And
some more than once. Some of them more than once.
Sure. Yeah, no, I mean, he was definitely somebody that we were all thinking maybe there's a chance he gets drafted in the first round even, but like you said, I mean, the Suns definitely are getting a steal. Even from his high school years, I mean, the athleticism just was eye-popping. I think we have some video of him like touching the top of the backboard. I mean, what would you say is the strongest part of his game right now?
His athleticism and his basketball IQ and his ability to pass. Those three are as good as any big in the NBA right now.
And yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize that he's about like 6'10" too. I mean, this is a guy who can see the court and will have a height advantage on a lot of fours and threes and stuff like that when he plays in the league.
Yes.
What's something you want to see him continue to work on as he begins his NBA career?
I'd love to see him be a little bit more aggressive offensively, but it depends on what the teams want him to do. I'm sure he's going to do whatever they ask of him. But I would love for him to stretch the floor a little bit because he can shoot. And, he didn't demonstrate that a lot in college, but he did that when he was in high school. We worked on his ability to shoot tremendously throughout the 4 years of his high school career. And he proved that when he was in high school. He could shoot. He hit threes in the state championship. So it's just that, that wasn't what was asked of him at Marquette.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure you followed the Suns, obviously, just kind of still being an Arizona guy. I mean, he might not necessarily be asked to shoot a ton on that team either when you've got guys like Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, and Grayson Allen. But I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, anybody who watched the Suns, especially in the postseason, like the Suns could use some more guys on defense and defensive stoppers and some kind of athleticism in the wing and in the paint. And I mean, what do you think in terms of the fit for this Suns team? Like, how does Oso fit into that?
I think they need the length and the defensive presence because he's an elite shot blocker.
Yeah,
I think he was underrated as a shot blocker, and I think with the way the NBA, the floor is open and he's able to come from the weak side and chase down blocks. I think, with the number of minutes that he may be able to earn, he could, really get some good shot blocking numbers and defensive stops. I think that's where he's underrated as well as a defender.
I think you're going to be heading to a few more Suns games this year now that Oso's on the team.
I can't wait. I try to get as many Marquette games as I could. So, hopefully I'll get as many in as I can. I'm sure there's going to be a long list of people asking for tickets since he's home.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's a little easier to get to the Footprint Center though than Milwaukee.
Yes. So I caught him at the Big East a few times, so It was really good seeing him in college. So
for sure, yeah. Have you had a chance to speak to him since all of this kind of played out a few hours ago?
I have not. I'm sure his phone's ringing off the hook, but I did talk to him this morning via text and wished him luck and said told him we were praying for him and wished him luck. So he acknowledged it. We chatted a little bit.
Did he get back to you?
Yes.
Yes. Nice.
So I'll wait till the furor dies down and hopefully I'll catch him later on after everything dies down a little bit. But I'm really excited for him. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, when you get a chance to actually kind of touch base with him and speak to him or see him in person, what do you think are going to be some of the first things you say?
Well, I'm sure he's going to be relieved that he got picked up, and I'm going to find out what's next for him as far as his workout. But I guarantee you, he's got his workout plan ready. He knows where he's going to be working out and who he's going to be working out with. That's him. He's got a tremendous work ethic.
Just kind of seeing him kind of complete this progression from Desert Vista to Marquette to now the Phoenix Suns. I mean, how cool is that and how big is that for the Valley? I mean, after yesterday in the first round, I'm sure you heard from some other Valley guys, whether it was Deron Holmes or Cody Williams.
Yes.
I mean, like it's really kind of been a banner draft for Arizona products in terms of just the amount of talent that is going from high schools to the league here.
It's unbelievable. I just couldn't be more happy. All those guys are really great players, and Deron and Cody. And, I know all those kids, and they're just – you couldn't have asked for more. They well deserve, the opportunity to play in the NBA. All those kids really – you can just tell they put the time in, and it pays off. And it has. You can prove it based on, what they did in – all three of them, what they did in college.
Do you expect Oso to be like a pretty immediate contributor for the Suns, even in his rookie year? Because obviously sometimes that's hard to do, and to carve out a role on a team that obviously has championship aspirations, that can be a tall task for a rookie.
It's very tough. I looked at their roster, and it depends. You will see what happens in camp, and I'm sure they're going to, there's going to be some more trades, I will assume, and you never know. But it's just big roll of the dice at this point. But I think he'll fit in because he doesn't require the ball. And they have a high-powered offense. They have 3 tremendous scorers. So I think he fits into what they do and what they need. They need a defender, and they need a guy who can make plays. And he does those things extremely well.
Do you in terms of you going to go see him play in Vegas or anything at Summer League? I mean, like, do you plan or like seeing him play for the G League team? I mean, how do you anticipate that potentially playing out for him this year?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to do well. I'm going to try to make it my business to catch at least 1 or 2 of his G League, Summer League games.
Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope the rest of your camp. How much longer are you out in the Bahamas for?
Just tomorrow. We leave Saturday, so we've been here all week.
Okay. Well, enjoy your last couple days out there, and yeah, look forward to seeing Oso out here, and hopefully he can do some big things.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and say a few prayers. He's gonna be fine.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to staying in touch, Gino, and thank you again for stopping by and speaking with us for a few minutes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
This is The Extra Point, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast, sponsored by your Phoenix Suns.